Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I think you're fine. Today I am here to start a new video which is related to your annual exam. This is the first video also after Eid. Before Eid, I delivered different types of video related to your half-yearly exam. Today we are going to learn new topics related to year final exam. This video we will learn what is ratio and how many types of ratios are there and what is the relation between ratio and percentage. This is the fundamental rules of ratios, and in the next video we will solve different types of programs related to your exercise. Okay, so let us start our class. Our class will be going on by two ways. First, I will show you some techniques and some problems to the board, and secondly, we will go to the screen share also. By sharing screen, you will see what I will describe also. Okay, so let us start our class today. Chapter 2, ratio and percentage. Okay, it is your annual exam related exercise 2.1. And first, we have to know what is the ratio. You know, in our daily life, we usually compare two types of same things with each other, and ratio has come from such kind of comparison of same kind of two quantities. Okay, that is of two quantities of the same kind. One is how many times or parts compared to the other can be expressed by a fraction. This fraction is called ratio of two quantities. Suppose 5 and 10 are two quantities. Suppose you have 5 takas and your friend have 10 takas. If we compare them, your money to your friend's money, then a comparison will be created, which is known ratio. Okay, so 5:10. That is, you have 5 takas, your friends have 10 takas, and you can also form a ratio by your exam result. Suppose in an exam you have got 60 marks and your friends have got 80 marks. So the comparison between your marks to your friends' marks will be 60:80. That is 6:8. Or shortly we can say 3:4. That is, the ratio of marks obtained in the exam by you and your friend is 3:4. And since ratio, there are two quantities of the same kind, that's why ratio has no unit. In second line, you can see the ratio has no unit because ratio is the comparison between same kind of quantity. That's why ratio don't have any unit. Okay. Now let us learn different types of ratio, and you have to know before starting exercise related maths. It's very much important for you. First, we will know what is antecedent and subsequent. In case of ratio, you'll see there are two types of quantities, and first quantity is called antecedent, and second quantity is called subsequent. So antecedent is the first quantity and subsequent is the second quantity. So in the ratio 5:10, what is antecedent? Obviously 5, and subsequent obviously 10. Okay, so we have known what is antecedent and subsequent. Now second line says the value of ratio remains unchanged when its antecedent and subsequent are multiplied or divided by any number except 1. What does it say? It says suppose 2:3 is a ratio and its antecedent is 2, subsequent is 3. If we multiply the antecedent and subsequent by the same number, that is, suppose we multiply them, both of them, by 5. So in antecedent will be 2 × 5, subsequent will be 3 × 5. That is, a new ratio will be formed, which is 10:15. So 10:15 is same as 2:3. That is, the ratio will give both the ratio will give the same value, 10:15 and 2:3, because we have multiplied both the antecedent and subsequent by the same quantity. Similarly, if we divide, suppose the value is 10:15 at given, we have divided both sides by 5, so it will be 2, it will be 3. That is 2:3 and 10:15 will give the same value, and such kind of ratios are called equivalent ratio. They are called equivalent because 2:3 and 10:15 will give the same value, and such kind of ratios are called equivalent ratios. Okay. Now, if the antecedent is smaller than the subsequent of a simple ratio, then the ratio is called ratio of less inequality. We will describe it now. Ratio of less inequality and ratio of greater inequality. That is, if the antecedent is smaller than the subsequent, suppose 2:3. If antecedent is 2, subsequent is 3. Antecedent is smaller, that is 2/3. That is, they have made proper fraction. And such kind of ratio is called ratio of less inequality. Okay. And on the other hand, if it is 3:2, that is 3/2, that is improper fraction. Such kind of ratio is called ratio of greater inequality. And 2:3, if we write down it as 3:2, then 3:2 is called the inverse ratio of 2:3. So what is the inverse ratio? If in any ratio the antecedent is written as subsequent and subsequent is written as antecedent, then this kind of ratio is called inverse ratio. Okay. Now we will learn mixed ratio. Mixed ratio or compound ratio. Suppose 2:3 is the ratio, number 1. And another ratio, number 2, is 4:7 is another ratio. And number 3, we consider another ratio, which is 5:8. And the 3 ratios, if we multiply the antecedent, that is product of antecedent. What is the product of antecedent? 2 into 4 into 5. That is 30. And what is the product of subsequent? 3 into 7 into 8. That is 56 into 3, 168. 168. So 40:168 is called mixed ratio of the given 3 ratios. Okay. So what is mixed ratio or compound ratio? If we multiply the antecedent of some ratios and subsequents of some ratios, then the new ratio that is formed by the product of antecedents and subsequents is called the mixed ratio of given ratios. I think you have understood all of them. So this will be the basics of today's lecture. Inshallah, we will be able to solve different kinds of maths if you know such kind of basics. Now we will start exercise related some problems. We will solve an important creative math so that you can be highly benefited and you can practice at your home. Such kind of maths are available in your textbook, and it is also available in your example. And following this maths, you will try to solve more maths following your textbook. Okay. So first math says sum of two numbers is 450 and the ratio is 8:7. Two numbers, their sum is given and the ratio is given 8:7. We have to convert it 5:7, 4:9, and 3:2 as a compound ratio. I have told you some minutes ago that A mixed ratio or compound ratio is the ratio which is formed by multiplying the antecedents and uh, subsequent consequently. Okay, so to convert them as mixed or compound ratio, first we have to multiply the given antecedents, which is 5, 4, and 3. So you can see product of antecedent terms 5, 4, and 3, which is 60, and product of subsequent terms 7, 9, and 2, which is 126. So mixed ratio will be 60 into 126. That is 10 is to 21. Part A is very easy. We need not to use the board, I think. You can easily understand it following the screen. Part B says, find the numbers. That is, sum of them is 450 and the ratio is 8 is to 7. That is, sum is given, sum 450, and the ratio is given 8 is to 7. 8 is to 7. So from these two items, we have to find out what are the two numbers. Very easy also, because ratio is 8 is to 7. That is, we have to separate. We have to separate 450 in the ratio of 8 is to 7. So sum of quantity of ratio, first we have to find out what are the sum of the quantity of ratio. Sum of quantity of ratio is equal to 8 plus 7, that is 15. That is, total there we will have 15 parts. Among them, 8 parts will be for first person and 7 parts will be for second person. So, first number will be 8 by 15. 8 by 15 of 450, because their sum is 450 and 8 by 15 parts will be given for first number. Okay, will be considered for first number. So if you cut down them, it will be 30. So it is 240. And second number will be 7 by 15 parts of 450. That is, if we cut them, 30, 210. So 240 and 210 will give the answer of given conditions. I think you have understood it. Very easy to know them. You can also see in the screen share the two numbers are found out. So part C says, which number has to add with the both numbers to get the ratio 26 is to 23. That is, we want to change the ratio. We want to convert the ratio as 26 into 23. So what has to be added with both the numbers? With both the numbers, that is, we have two numbers, 240 and 210. We have to add the same number to them so that the ratio becomes 26 is to 23. There are two methods, two ways to solve such kind of math. One method is given in screen sharing, and another method I will solve in the board. I think you will understand both of the ways, and both of the ways are very easy, and you can follow any one of them. So first, let us observe the screen. The ratio of the numbers are 26 is to 23. We have multiplied the given ratios by 10. That is, we have got 260 and 230 because we can multiply or divide any ratio by any number. Here we have made it 10 times bigger. Why have we made it 10 times bigger? Because if we make it 10 times bigger, then we will get 260 and 230. But in B, from B, we have known that two numbers are 240 and 210. We have two numbers, 240 and 210. But after multiplying the both antecedent and subsequent by 10, we have got 260 and 230. So what is the difference between two antecedents? You see, two antecedents difference is 20, and difference between two subsequents are also 20. Since difference of two antecedents and two subsequents are same, that's why 20 is to be added with the numbers to get the ratio 26 into 23. If you think that it is difficult, you can use second method. Second method I am solving in your board. Okay, in the board. Second method. Second method is very easy to understand. In second method, we will consider that x is to be added to both the number to get the ratio 26 into 23. That is net x is to be added. So according to the question we can write, according to the question we can write, since x is to be added, so the first number will be 240 plus x, and another number will be 210 plus x, because 240 and 210 are two numbers, and their ratio will be 26 is to 23. So we can write down this, because 240, this is the ratio of between two numbers, and this is the ratio of new numbers, new ratio. This is the new ratio. So if we add x, both of the numbers, then the ratio will be changed into 26 by 23. That's why we can write down this. Now from this item, we have to find out the value of x. Value of x we will need to find out. So we will multiply both sides by cross multiplication. We get 240 plus x equal 26 into 210 plus x. Okay. So what's the result? 240 into 23. 240 into 23. That is 5520. 5520 plus 23x equal 26 into 210. 26 into 210, 5460. 5460 plus 26x. Now if we change the side, what will we get? 26x minus 23x equal 5520 minus 5460. You can see the root. Here, 26 minus 23, that is 3x, equal to 5520. 5520 minus 5460. 5460. That is 60. 60. So x equal to 60 by 3, that is 20. So we can say 20 is to be added. So 20 is to be added. This is the answer. This is very easy to understand. If we consider x is to be added with both of the numbers, then such kind of maths can be solved easily. I think all of you have understood part B also. Part C. Okay. So this is end of the math. End of the first problem. So inshallah, we will solve different types of math in our next class. Today's class will not be no longer at all. Inshallah, in our next video, I will solve different types of problems related to ratio. You will try to practice them at your home, and in our next video, you will bring such kind of maths as your homework. Okay, you will solve them as your homework. So thank you for participating at today's class with me. Allah Hafiz.